Hey everybody, welcome to my live stream. It's Nicole here. I'm so glad you're joining me today. I'm doing something a little bit different today from last week. So previously I had thought maybe I would stream both on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. And after I did it last week, even though it went really well, I was really kind of thinking about what I wanted to get out of each platform and decided that I really just wanted to focus on YouTube for my live streaming. So here I am. And I'm really I'm watching how things are going here, and it seems like things are on a little bit more of a delay than I'm used to. So we'll see how this goes today. I might have to do some tweaking after that. Right now I'm looking at like a 30-second delay, which really isn't great, but we will try to work through it. So, but otherwise, everything else is the same as last time. If you got to see the replay, thank you so much for watching that. If you're here live today, don't forget to give me a little shout out in the comments. I'd love to know who's here so we can have some chit chat as we're going along and crafting and just trying to work our way through yet another week. I was talking with a friend today. We were chatting together and we were just kind of laughing that this really isn't much different for either of us. We're both work from home type people. We've been that way for a long time. I've been working from home since 2009, and I've owned my own business working from home since 2014. And it's just me and my husband. We don't have any kids and our 2 cats. So this really isn't much of a change of pace for us. I know this is a big deal for a lot of other people though. So if you've, just got to hang in there, then I know you guys can do it. For me, like I said, I've been doing this for a long time. I'm pretty introverted, so it's not a big deal for me. But I know that if you're not, this can be really stressful. So I hope that you've been getting out your craft stuff and crafting along and doing all sorts of things to kind of help bring down the stress and be a little bit more mindful about what you're doing and taking care of yourself and all those good things. So anyway, blah, blah, blah. You didn't come here to hear me talk about all that crap. Anyway, hey, let's start crafting. So I've got 2 things at least today, and we'll just kind of see how the chat goes. The first thing I'm going to work on is a card that I'm sharing tomorrow on my blog for Festive Friday. So every other week it'll be kind of a preview for Festive Friday. I'm not going to tell you what the elements are that I used. You'll just have to figure that out tomorrow when you see the post go live. But I can show you the project and we'll work through it, and I'll show you how I put it together. I'm kind of excited about that because now I can do things that are a little bit more involved and not be so worried about how much time it's taking up on a video. So feel free to ask questions along the way. I'm excited to be sharing some new products today that I got from a Colorful Life Designs. They're Mary Kay. She is an amazing stencil creator. So I love stencils. I love stencils. So I picked up a whole bunch from her to support her business, and I really, really love them. So I can't wait to share them with you. So we'll start with that, and then we'll move into another little project that kind of came up last minute that I'm excited about. So that's mostly what I have planned today, but it's live, so who knows what's going to happen. All right, so I'm going to pop down to the bottom here. You see me up in the corner. And here's the card. So I need to move my chair. I feel really off center. Holy moly. Okay. Hello, Miss Tamp. I'm so glad you're here. Glad to have you along. And I see I've got a couple other people that have joined. Prairie Stork. Greetings from Minnesota. I'm so glad that you've joined me today. Hey, Cece, I recognize you from the Altenew stream, so I'm glad you found me here. All right, so this is a fun project. Lots of crazy things going on here, but I didn't go overboard with it. Yay! Sometimes I like to add like one too many things. So I've taken on that mantra of Coco Chanel that, you take 2 things off before you leave and then you're like, perfect. So I've been trying to leave things off of my projects just to make them less cluttered. So in the past, maybe I would have added some rhinestones or enamel dots or some twine or something crazy like that. But I didn't. But it's so cool. It's got lots of little die cut pieces and some stamping and some stencils. There's stencils all over this. So let's get started with this one. Okay. So let's see. Grab some of my things here. Okay, so we're going to actually start with stencils. And these are the two stencils we're using from Colorful Life Design. So this is the layering orbs, and it's 3 stencils to make that orb look. And let me get these in the right position. You can tell, I love what she does here. So I don't know, oh, you can see it, awesome. So she etches in the name of the stencil right on the stencil, which a lot of companies don't do. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen a company do that. So thank you, Mary Kay, for doing that. All right, so if I line up all of the stencils with their names up, then I get exactly what I'm looking for. So you can see how that's all layered together, and you could get, you can use them individually, but if you start layering them together, then you're going to get this really cool layered look, right? So you can do lots of different techniques with this. You could do different layers of embossing paste. You can do just different layers of ink, all sorts of things. So this is kind of the core piece. And then the other one we're going to use today is the Marvelous Masks. So she's got ovals, squares, maybe rectangles, and circles, and ovals. So I got the ovals, and you get the negatives and the positives, and of course, you know, they all coordinate, whatever. So you can use them interchangeably, and I'll be using both of them today. So I'm going to use the second size. So there's 4 sizes. This all comes together in one bundle, which is awesome. So see, I've got all 4. And again, you could do some really cool effects with something like this, right? So I'm going to use the second one in for that. Okay, and I put the rest of these away so I don't use them. All right. So the first thing I need is something that I don't have on my table right now. I know a lot of people use the pixie spray, but I haven't gotten into that yet because I need a place to spray it. And I have one of those little splat boxes, but it's such a pain in the butt to get out. So I'm just using a Dotto adhesive, temporary adhesive. And that works out really well. So the first thing is to take this layering orb. So this is the biggest size. And then I'm going to put the oval over it, or you could do it either way. It doesn't matter which one you put on first, you're going to get the same effect. So I can start with this guy here if I want. Just put a little dotto on there. And get it in position. There we go. Oh, Easter eggs, yes. Prairie stork, totally true. Okay, so then I'm going to put some dotto on the front side of this too. And maybe I caught it. Yeah, I caught it enough. Cool. Okay, so I'm using mustard seed distress ink. And I'm going to color these in. Yeah, so just in time for Easter. Okay, her shipping is really super fast. I did something really nice. If you order over, I think if you order over $50, you get free shipping. But these are so thin that the shipping is only like $2.75 anyway. So I paid for my shipping. I put a little note in there and I said, Mary Kay, I want to help you out fully, so I'm paying for my shipping. And she really was appreciative of that. So if you order from Mary Kay and you have the option for free or paid shipping, spring for the extra $2.75 and or $2.90 or whatever it was, and pay for your shipping. Like I said, she's kind of a one-woman show from what I understand. She is actually creating these stencils in her home using a laser cutter. So it's all an in-home business, which is awesome. And she does some really great work, so totally support her. All right, hi Linda, nice to see you. All right, so see, look at how cool that is. So now I have, I use the stencil and I use the mask to just get myself into a nice little, and this would be a great Easter egg. Yes, you're totally right. Okay, I wasn't even thinking about that when I did this, I swear. All right, so I still need this one. and I'm going to use my negative die here and just pop that over it. And again, I forgot another piece. Oh, maybe I didn't. Yes, I did. I needed a journaling pen. Okay, so I'm going to line this back up right where it was. And I don't have it adhered down or anything. I'm just going to kind of hold on to it. And I'm going to go around and do my outlines for all of these little spots. So normally I would ask like, any plans for the weekend? But I know, you know, everyone's basically in. So if you have any fun indoor plans for the weekend, or if you're going to be like working out in your yard, if it's nice enough, anyone out there? It's going to be cold here in Nebraska, so not going to get any outdoor work done. But I think next week we will. So plans, what kind of plans do you guys have this weekend? Whoa. Good thing for the stencil, that would have made a total mess. Okay, so if it shifts, just stop what you're doing and get it all realigned. It's no big deal. I think I got them all. There we go. Cards, making cards. Awesome. Yeah, I'll be making cards too. Okay, so I'm going to leave the mask on in here because I want to do the next layer. So I'm going to take the, this is the second layer of the 3. So we got the little dots and then the medium one. So I can pop that in place. Oh, I know what I did. So I can put some dotto on the front here and that'll help hold it in place. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to use VersaFine Clair. And I'm just using a little finger dauber. And on my original one, I thought, oh, I was going to do these all black, but I didn't want it to look too bee-like, you know, like honeycomb, and because this is kind of a honeycomb shape, right? So after a while, I stopped adding black to my dauber, and then I just started letting it get lighter and lighter. So it fades out. So Prairie Stork, if you're gonna be making cards this weekend, you should check out some card challenges. Do you ever play card challenges? Because this one is for Festive Friday, so festivefridaychallenge.com. And every 2 weeks we post a new list of items. We call it our inspo list or inspiration list. And you pick 3 items from the list and use it to make a project, card, scrapbook, whatever. And then you can upload the project to our links, our linky tool, and enter in. It's just a for fun kind of thing, and we crown someone our festive fave after the 2 weeks is up, and you get a little badge for your blog or whatever. So anyway, it's just for fun, but it's a really great way to get some creative mojo going. So, okay, so see, I went through and I got the second layer in there, so it looks pretty cool, right? All right, so Tammy says she's going to be doing housework. Blech. Yeah, but you have to finish a layout challenge. Awesome. Awesome. Card drives. Yes, card drives. Oh my goodness. So awesome. And 6x6 paper. You're trying to get through the 6x6 paper. Good idea. You know, I stopped buying pattern paper because I never use it. I'm not a scrapbooker. And I always had pattern paper, 6x6, 12x12, whatever. I would always use a piece or two from it and then never use it again. So I stopped buying it and I just started making backgrounds because I enjoy doing that so much more. So, but anyway, I totally get you about trying to get through all your paper. Okay, so then the third layer is going to be with this, the smaller dots, smallest dots. And I'm going to do this with VersaMagic white. This is cloud white. And then I'm going to add some iridescent embossing over it. So I'm trying to decide. It's not the order that I actually did it in originally, but I don't feel like moving the mask twice. So I'm going to do it this way. We'll see if it works because I still have to do some stamping on the inside. It should be fine though. Okay, so you can see that my little sponge dauber here got a little gray, but that's okay. It didn't really transfer onto my ink pad. See, look at how beautiful and white that is still. So it worked out all right. So just adding this in. And I didn't use any anti-static, if you didn't notice. Normally you'd do that if you wanted to emboss and keep it all in one place and you didn't want it to get stuck everywhere. But since I'm using an iridescent, it's clear. And I'm not really concerned about it getting on everything. If it happens to bleed over or whatever, it's not a big deal. All right, all these little guys at the bottom. So I am going to do like a second layer here. Let's see. Oh my gosh, Tammy. Time to chop it and use it. Yay. Oh, cool. I didn't know Stampin' Storage was doing that, Megan. Very cool. So scrapbook.com is doing a drive. Well, it's not really a drive. It's an ongoing thing. It's called Cards for Kindness. And if you remember Operation Right Home, when you could send in your cards, like anytime you had cards, you could send them in and they would send them out to the troops. Well, this is similar. So it's ongoing. You can send your cards in anytime. You just need to send a minimum of 10. And they are sending them to hospitals and children's hospitals and nursing homes and places like that for the doctors and nurses and staff to give to the patients and family members, and then I'm sure like probably for patients and stuff to use too as well. So it's a little bit of a twist on that idea from Operation Right Home, but it's ongoing. So it's not just because of COVID-19 or anything. It's going on and on and on. So take a look at that too. There's a little link at the bottom of scrapbook.com on like every page. It says Cards for Kindness. And you can find all the information there, including the form that you fill out to send all your cards in. All right. So, oh, and then Altenew is doing their parents card drive as well. And that goes through the end of April. You can send cards to them for like Mother's and Father's Day. Okay, so I totally meant to take that. I meant to take the mask off first. Let's take that off now. Good thing I'm done with it because it's got glitter on it now. All right, so if you've never seen this, this is embossing powder. This is from Imagine Crafts, and so you might know them. They carry Tsukineko brand inks, so VersaFine Clair, and let's see, what else do they have? VersaMagic, VersaColor, Memento, that's one of the big ones. All right, so they do this embossing powder, and it's in a little bag like so, and it's gusseted at the bottom, so you can just stand it up and put your stuff right back in there. All right, so instead of having a little container. All right, so that is done. And we'll heat this up. Hopefully it's not too loud, guys. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys can hear me. I hope you can. So the pouches are really great. You can find them at Simon Says Stamp, or you can get them straight from imaginecrafts.com. So like I said, I hope this isn't too loud. I guess I'll find out in the replay. Oh, good. All right, so shimmer. I have some good shimmer on there. Yeah, this is the iridescent. So it's clear, and then it's got the shimmer in it. I must have missed a little bit. That's all right. Okay, so I probably would have left it plain like this because I thought it looked kind of cool, but I needed to add in some elements, so maybe these are some hints. So I pulled out the vintage upper stamp set from scrapbook.com because it has numbers in it. Hint, numbers. I need a block. I guess it was this one. So, do the VersaFine Clair again. And you could put the numbers like any way you want. Oh, I almost forgot. I need this guy again. So I need to put this back on. Oh, no. It goes this way. I only turned it over because I already had the sticky stuff on the other side, I thought. Or not. Oh, haha, you know what? I remembered. I had it on both sides. Does it matter? Yeah. So it doesn't really matter. So I'm only putting this back in place because when I stamp the numbers on some of these ones that aren't completely there, I don't want the number to go over it, right? So I could set this up in my stamp positioner if I wanted to as well, which is actually what I did when I first came up with the design, because I didn't trust that I'd be able to stamp these well enough. But I thought, hey, today I'm going to be live. I'm going to stamp these. So you'll see that like not a lot is going to show up on some of them, but that's okay. it gives it that look of like designer paper that I've cut out in an oval. So you want to have elements that are off the page for sure. So if you wanted to customize this for a birthday, you could just put like all of one number in here, or you could fit 2 numbers into a space if you wanted to. But since I'm not making this for anyone in particular, I just figured numbers would be good. And apparently I'm just going random now because I skipped from 5 to 9. Oh well. I'll be random now. They'll think it's a secret code. This is one of the few number sets I have that actually has a 6 and a 9. You know, they don't normally give you both. Yes, Tammy, you could. I almost did foil on this, but I was messing around with the new Transfer Gel Duo, if you're familiar with that. It's a new product from Thermoweb, and it basically allows you to use foil with your die cutting machine instead of using a laminator. So it's dependent on pressure, not on heat. And I wasn't really happy with the results, so I had to get the card done, and I just decided to set it aside. So yes, I really think that this would look awesome with foil. So yeah, if you get these, oh, it didn't come out with anything. Yeah, if you get these stencils, definitely, they're totally screaming for foil, I think. All right, so just a couple more here. So the funny thing about having a 6 and a 9 is that they're both, I think, exactly the same. So I really don't know which is which. Oh, nice. Ooh, a 5. I don't think I'm gonna see. Nope. There, that's good enough. All right, so now I'm done with all my masks. And there. Okay. 0. If I don't put these away now, I will, I'll lose one like on my elbow. So they have to get put away. There we go. Okay, so believe it or not, that's like all the stamping for that. Yeah, I know, Tammy. The good thing is you don't need any more foil. You just need the little jar of Transfer Gel Duo. So, and if you already have a spatula that you use, that's all you need. So it's just a little jar. It's okay. Find a small business that's carrying it and support them. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. Okay, so that and that. And then I need, so basically that's it for the background. I mean, if I had some designer paper or something that I could have just cut that out with, it would have been so much easier, right? But I never have what I want, so I have to make it. Okay, I need a couple of things. And that. Okay. Just making sure I'm dry. Up on the card base. That's good to go. So remember I said I didn't want it to be like bumblebee-ish. So I wanted to add in a different color instead of yellow. So I went for like a salmon pink color. And I pulled out my bold dies here and just pulled out the H and the B and the D. For the happy birthday. Can you? No, you cannot interest me in any 6x6 paper, I swear. I have some that's going up on eBay if you want it. All right, so these don't need to be in order or anything. They just need to get die cut. So... All right. I'm going to use that piece of tape in a minute here. Okay, so in case you're wondering, because I know someone's going to ask, I love my mini blossom. This is a 3-inch opening, and it's really nice for small die cuts. It sits right on my desk over there, which is where I do most of my work, usually not. My videoing and my photography always happen here. And see, these never warp because they're so small, and this one is so thick. I really like them. But I've started using the metal shim for it, and the metal shim is really thick. So I need that on my detail dies. So I had an old Mylar shim from Sizzix. I don't know that they carry them anymore, but... from way back in the day, I had these Mylar shims and I cut them, they were 6x6, so I cut them down to a 3-inch piece, and I've been using that for just the tiniest of shims for the rest of my dies, and that is working out really well. I was using just a piece of paper, so hey, there's another use for your paper. You can use it for shims. No, I wouldn't do that. But I always needed a new piece of paper. The Mylar works out really well. Okay, so I'm going to take this tape that I had for my dies, and I'm just going to temporarily stick them together. So this was a new find for me. This is by Sizzix. It's comes on a roll like washi tape. It's even less tacky than washi tape. It works perfect for holding down your dies and stuff to go through your die cutting machine. So I thought it was going to be like a bigger roll and it was going to be double-sided, but then I got it and it was just like washi tape, and I was like, it's washi tape. So I'm using it. I don't know that I'll buy it again, but it works. Okay, so this is the classic words die set from Pinkfresh. And I'm going to grab, I like this one. It's got both the, like a background shadow piece or frame or whatever you want to call it. And then it's got the die itself. So this is the happy birthday one. And I don't need the shadow for this one. The nice thing about the happy birthday one is that it cuts into 2 pieces. So, and I guess I need another piece of that tape. So I will show it to you. See, it's just a roll of Sizzix branded washi tape. Okay, so but a nice thing about it is that it does have grids on it. So you can use it to line things up. Okay. So this time I don't need the Mylar shim because I'm going to use the metal shim. This is such a thin die that it really needs to have a little extra pressure. Let me move some things out of the way here. All right. So see, that cuts out awesome with the metal shim. A lot of die cutting machines have a metal shim component to them. So like Sizzix has the precision base plate, which is just like that metal piece that you use. And then even the Gemini, the automatic machine, it has a metal plate that you can use too. And it really does help your skinny dies to come out really, really nice. So I highly recommend it. Okay. Trash, trash, trash. Trash. Little pieces. I do have a pokey tool, but it's never where I need it. Actually, I think I have 2. Okay, so I had this guy all done up. And I'm just going to put my happy birthday kind of across, like so. I'm going to look at my sample. Because some people don't know what HBD means. Specifically older people. I would say, okay, boomer. But my dad's not a boomer. He's older than that. So that's what my dad said, what does HBD mean? I'm like, it's happy birthday. Oh my God. And I'm not putting the little dot for the eye. Mainly because the first time I just completely forgot about it. And then when I realized that it probably did have a little dot, I was like, well, that's a lot of work. So I said no. So seriously, I said, that's a lot of work after doing this whole card. Okay, so the cool thing now is that happy and birthday is holding the HBD together now. So I can pull that off. And pop that down. This is the expert level. Ms. Tamp, you're hilarious. Yeah, I guess. I mean, they get wonky. They get wonky on me too. But if you're using, like I said, if you're using the metal shim to cut them out, they'll cut out like butter. And okay, now I'm reading Tammy's note, and she said that she totally thought I was doing an Easter card. After the numbers, did you not? How would numbers play into Easter? I don't know. Anyway, no, it's a birthday card. Surprise! That's awesome. Okay, so there you go. This is going to be up on my blog tomorrow with details about the challenge. So if you're interested in the challenge, again, it's festivefridaychallenge.com. Here, let me type it in. Oh, I forgot. I got to put for it to link. Ugh. All right, so if you want to check out the challenge, there it is. One of these days, I'll have a keyboard that I can just type in over here. All right. So, totally fun, right? Lots of different things going on. I mean, for as many elements as this had, I think it turned out pretty good. It's not like too overbearing. It's got nice color choices. There's lots of white in here, so that helps. And it's just got lots of interesting things to look at, which is kind of a requirement for me. I want to be able to like look at a card and kind of absorb all the things. Yeah, Tammy. Okay, so there's a good idea. It could totally be a non-traditional Easter card. Just switch up the sentiment and get rid of the numbers and put something else in there. And then you'd have a really cool looking Easter card, right? So you could even, like if you wanted to, you could just change up the insides with the stencils, right? And then put a cross in here and make it more traditional and just have, you know, a happy Easter or he is risen or, you know, whatever. So yeah, totally. Okay. So I was kind of like, I don't know what else I'm going to do today because I only had this one card. So there were a lot of things kind of went through my mind. I thought we could talk about inks. I thought we could go through my scrap bin and create some things. Well, so my husband and I, we run our business is in website design, maintenance, and support. Usually mostly blogs for crafters. But we do also have some local small businesses that use our service. And one of them is a local retirement home. And she sent over like every month I update their calendars for their activity calendars and then their menus for all of the meals that they're having at the home. So, and then sometimes she sends me pictures to update their photo gallery. So she sent me some pictures this time and I was wrecked. So they were pictures of the members of the home, the people that are living there, the residents, holding up whiteboards that said, "Hi kids, I'm doing great. I hope you're doing great too. I miss you. I can't wait to give you hugs and kisses again. Stay safe. Love, mom, grandma," whatever. So just close your eyes and picture this. Your grandmother sitting there holding a whiteboard that said all of that stuff. "Hi, Tammy, I miss you so much. I can't wait until we can hug each other again. I'm doing fine. I hope you're staying healthy. I hope the grandkids are great. I love you so much." So like, wouldn't that be devastating to be experiencing? So like all of my grandparents are passed. And my parents, I mean, they're older, but they're doing great. And I talk to them. They live in Ohio. So, you know, things are going fine. So, but I'm thinking, wow, wouldn't that just be like crazy? So I talked with her and I said, and she knows I make cards. And I said, "Hey, how would you guys like some free greeting cards that your residents can use to send letters to their family?" And she's checking with her boss, but I'm sure they're going to say yes. And even if they don't, I will donate these to another card drive. So I thought we would do that today. Some very cool things. So let me move this out of the way. I don't think we're going to need the die cutter anymore. We're going to do some fun things with stencils, like some 1-layer cards that are easy. So if you're thinking about doing cards for a card drive this weekend, this might give you some ideas. Okay. So that's these. and lots of fun supplies. Yeah, so Tammy, you totally get it, right? I couldn't believe I was looking at these pictures. I was like, that really, really hit home for me. So I thought, if they don't want these cards, which I think is going to be crazy, someone else will want them. Someone else will need them. Okay, put that there. All right, so I have all sorts of things that I started prepping up, and I'm not going to put any of them on card bases. I won't bore you with that part of it. I will do that on my own later. So something that I've been doing, sentiment strips are really all the rage, right? So every time I cut off a piece of cardstock to like 4 by 5 1/4, from 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, I end up with a 1/4 inch strip, right? So I have this little tin that I've been putting them in. So I have all these little different colored strips ready to go for sentiment strips. So I can just pull one out and stamp it and go, which is great. I thought I might need my Misty, my mini Misty. And I pulled out a whole bunch of scrap colors. These aren't, I don't even know like what brands these are. I just had them in a pile from when I did a big purge, and I said, oh, I'm going to use these for today. So Tammy, this is a great way to get rid of some of your 6x6 stash. Okay, so I pulled out some sentiments that I thought would be good. Oh, so this is the Cards for Kindness stamp set from scrapbook.com. This is coordinating with their initiative, Cards for Kindness. So they came out with a little stamp set to go with it. So that's out there. Oh, Cece, thank you so much for joining me. Have a good night. I can't believe you stayed up till midnight. Go to bed. Okay. And then sentiment strips. This is like a total, I love this stamp set. I use it all the time. Total winner. And I pulled out a bigger one, this XOXO from scrapbook.com, and then this other sentiment one from scrapbook.com. So I thought those would be good to pick from. And then, okay, I don't know how many of you actually know me from like my blog and stuff. But if you've been following me for any amount of time, you know that I love stencils. These are all of my stencils. I have lots of stencils. So lots of stencils. So some new ones from A Colorful Life Designs. Very cool. I'm excited about a lot of these. So I thought I would use this one for sure. Maybe we'll get to the rose. This would be good for masculine. Oh, and here's another birthday cake one. So I bought those like last week, not even thinking that I would be doing this. So see, serendipity, it was meant to be. I have tons of other ones in here, so we might pop into some of these other ones from like scrapbook. Oh, there's a heart. Nah, I don't want to do hearts. Lots of other fun ones. So we'll see how far we get. Okay, so lots of different colors, lots of different stencils. I want to make these simple because I want to be able to make a whole bunch of them, right? So I thought, let's start with the birthday card. So I figure they probably need like thinking of you and birthday cards. So I thought I'd start with a couple birthdays. So I'm going to use the VersaMagic in Cloud White. So VersaMagic is like a, it's a pigment, but it's a multi-surface chalk pad. So you can use this on fabric and set it, and it will actually dry, and it will stay permanent on fabric, which is great. Oh, and what are these in? These are just 6x8 sleeves. I cut the little flap off the top of them because I don't need to have that flap there. It's just a pain to get in and out. I'll post a link in the supplies list for you. I just get them from Amazon. All right, so I thought like doing a white chalk ink on this would be pretty and simple. Naomi, are you, I don't know. Naomi is either joining us or she just left. So, and I guess I need to do some adhering because it's not going to stay in place. Oh, you guys still have snow up there? We are, I'm in just south of Omaha, Nebraska, so the middle of the country, and we're under a winter advisory. So we might get snow. It won't stick though because the ground is too warm already because our daffodils and everything are coming up. So you know what? I'm not even going to, let's start over. All right, that'll work better. Oh, Naomi just joined us and she is in rainy Maine. You know, Maine's one of the states I've never been to. I'd like to go sometime though. So like I said, I was thinking I would just make these simple so I could make a whole bunch of them. Because it doesn't matter, you know, if I'm giving it to the community, the retirement community, then, you know, each person's probably only going to use one or two. So if there's repeats, then that's great because then, you know, it's just like going to the greeting card aisle. There's always more than one. All right, so let's see how this looks. Totally winging this, guys. I totally have no idea. Yeah, this is good. So cute. All right. So I could stamp right on there, happy birthday. I'm not going to go crazy and like heat emboss it. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not worth the time. I mean, obviously it is, but if I want to get through a whole bunch of these, then I gotta streamline this a little bit. Okay, so let's do, I'll do another one in a pink color here, and then we'll move on to a different stencil so I'm not boring you guys to death. I just set that other one aside so it'll dry a little bit. This one might be better served with a darker color. It's hard to say, but I think it'll still look really good. Okay. Let's see. It's a beautiful day outside of Chicago. You know, it was a beautiful day here yesterday. It was so gorgeous. My husband and I went for a walk. Next week it'll be beautiful here again. We'll be back in the 70s and into spring, except our cedar trees are like covered in pollen. So that's the only thing. All right. Too cute. You could do this on white and then like rainbow color these, or use, you know, your embossing paste. They would turn out really, really cute. Okay, so that's that one. I just tossed that out of the way. I'm like, I'll clean it later. Let's do this one. So this is just a little strip. See, it's just a little plasticky bag, and maybe I want to do this. Okay, so I cut these down to 4 by 5 1/4, so I'd have a white border around them, and as you can see, then the candle is going to get cut off, but that's okay. I'm not too concerned about it. But I want to leave enough room. I think I'm going to put like a happy birthday underneath, right? So I pulled out all of my VersaColor And if you like to do ink blending, like with your Distress Oxides, but you don't want that chalky look, try VersaColor. So VersaColor is also a water-based pigment ink, but it doesn't have a chalk to it. So it doesn't have that oxide component. So you can use it basically in the same way you can do ink blending. Oh, let's do this one. So this is Peony. A lot of times you're going to find VersaColor in your big box store. So you will find this at Hobby Lobby for sure. In both the little minis, and they have full-size ink pads too. Okay, so I got to be careful. I actually went over a little bit here, so I'm going to have to do something creative there. Yeah, I really think this stencil is great. This one, in my mind, is screaming for a light kit. So that's why I got this one. I thought I would use a light kit on it, make a light up card. So I guess maybe I should have covered the top. The bottom I've been okay with, maybe? Question mark. But I could always cut it down into a little strip and just layer it. Or use a smaller finger dauber, and that would keep things under a little more control. Okay, so here's a cool thing. I did this peony color on the green. And what I really like is that I'm getting a blend between the green and the peony color. So with the paper. There we go. I like that one a lot. So I might have to trim this down a little bit to get rid of my line there, or maybe I'll put a piece of washi tape up there, or I'll try to gently erase it with a sand eraser. Sometimes that'll come up with that. But I love the way that looks. Okay, so that's another winner. Yay. All right, so I'm going to set that aside. Okay. What else can we do? Let's think about some Thinking of You, like some masculine looking cards. I love, 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 love this stencil. So cool. So let's go back to the, should we go back to the white? Let's go back to the white. No, we're not going to go back to the white. We're going to do like a green maybe. So green on green with a sentiment strip. That'd be great. That and that. I have lots of greens to choose from. How about winter green? It's kind of a blue green. This stencil, all the stencils I've been using are by a company called A Colorful Life Designs. And Mary Kay makes these all to order out of her home in Texas. And she uses a laser cutter for them. And she has amazing designs. Oh my gosh. So cool. Oh yeah, this is going to look awesome. So Tammy, in the description, I put down some of the products that I used today, and it was the products from the card that I did because I didn't know I was going to be doing this. But there's a link to A Colorful Life Designs down there for the stencils. Shaker cards are good too. Those are a ton of fun. Tammy, it sounds like you're getting your creative mojo going here. You're coming up with lots of good ideas for the weekend. That's awesome. Okay, so again, I purposefully didn't go for a full saturated color everywhere because I wanted the green of the paper to show through with the color of the ink. So there's some spots that are darker and some spots that are lighter. So check that out. That is so cool. So the name of this one is 50 Shades, which I think is hilarious, but that's the name of it. Very cool. Okay. And let's do one on peach. I'm not going to do it in green though, so I need to clean this off. Ah! No! I figure if I'm buying things like these stencils that I bought last week from Mary Kay, I figure I'm supporting her business at a time that she needs it, right? So I'm doing my part. Okay, so peach. I don't know what color to use. Okay, I could do orange, or I could do pink. Maybe I'll do both. And yellow. Okay, so let me just show you how these layer so well together. This stencil is great because you don't really need to line anything up. Okay, so that was white. Okay, so I'm going to start with the pink. All right, and then I'll do orange. And I'll back that into a little bit of the pink here. That's nice. That's going to look like a tone on tone. That'll look really cool. And then I'll do yellow. All right. Let's see. Okay, that's pretty cool. So orange, pink, and then yellow. And there's just like the littlest bit of blending in between the two. I didn't overlap them a super lot. All right, so I think that's enough backgrounds to get started here. Because you don't have to clean up all these stencils too. Okay. And we can do some sentiments on these. Okay, so we recycle back to our first one here. And I was thinking like maybe this guy just goes right on the cake on a layer. I think that'll work. There it is. So I think VersaFine Clair is going to be my best bet for this because it's going over the white, so you should be able to read it just fine. Yeah, I think that works pretty well. Actually, what might work even better is if it was embossed. I'll have to think about that. So far, I like it though. All right, so then I would just mount this and then it would be good to go. So maybe some embossing would be better for that. It's hard to say. It's such a dark color. Or a sentiment strip would work too. Okay, so I'm kind of 50-50 on that one. Do I miss pattern paper? I look at pattern paper all the time. The last pattern paper I bought was last July for like some Christmas and July stuff. And I didn't use it all. So I guess I don't miss pattern paper. Sometimes I want like a nice piece of like wood grain, but then I figure out another way to do it and I'm just as happy with it. So I guess I really don't miss it. I like looking at it though. It's really super pretty. Actually, Altenew just came out with pattern paper and I didn't realize that some of the paper was more of a semi-gloss finish instead of a matte finish. And I like that. I know Photoplay comes out with paper that is a satin finish. And I think that looks really nice. That adds something to it. Besides the pattern, it adds texture because you've got the gloss and the feel and the sheen and everything. I like that. All right, see, I like this one better. Totally cute. So I might have to do something different with the purple one. That's all right though. So this one, okay. I know exactly the stamp I'm going to use for this. Where is it? This one. Okay, so this one's got a really nice scripty happy birthday on it. It's going right down here. Okay, so I've been on for an hour, over an hour already, and I probably could like sit here all night, but I have dinner to eat and I've got some other bloggy things I need to do. So I'm gonna wrap it up in the next few minutes here. While I am, tell me what you want to see me do next time. So I know next time for sure we're going to do the tic-tac-toe challenge card that will have come out that day. So that's one thing we'll do for sure. It probably won't be as involved as the one I did today. But tell me what other things you want to see. Like, do you want to see stencil techniques? Do you want to see blending techniques with Versacolor? Because I can do that. Do you have questions about tools or products that I might have? Start popping them down in the comments and I will see what I can do for you guys. Okay, so this one I'm gonna do, something cool with, maybe, question mark. So I'm gonna do the peony color, but then come in with boysenberry. Oh, I don't know if that's gonna work. Let's just do it all in boysenberry. I thought I would do like a cool ombre thing, but then I realized that it all went on the happy and then the lighter pink was on the birthday. So no, fail. Okay, so I see stencils from Prairie, okay. And Naomi, shakers. Oh yeah, I can do shaker cards. Actually, I have a really cool, I just did the wrong color again. A really cool cover die that I want to do like a shaker with one and then the cover die with the rest. So, oh, maybe I can't do that next week. Well, I'll have to think about that. It's a new thing from Altenew and it's not coming out till the 17th, so I don't think I can do it next week. But shakers, yeah, I'll put that on the list for sure. All right, I kind of like this. It's nice and monochrome with the purple and purple. I like the way that it looks with the green. So this is a definite winner. I'll make more of these for sure. And then, like I said, I think I'm just going to cover up the top. When I do more of them, I will add a piece of tape or something so that way I can go crazy with my blending. Okay. And then I've got these two. So let's do, those were our birthday ones. All right. And when I have all of these done, I will post some pictures out on Instagram to show you guys what they look like all finished. So this one, let's do this one this way. And do I don't know. Just do Thinking of You. We'll do Thinking of You on both of these, and then we'll see what they look like on both of the colors. Yes, that one's going to be awesome. Really like that. And then I'll do the same on this one. That should work out well. Yeah. Very cool. Okay, so I've got a nice little start on some birthday cards and some Thinking of You cards that are all going to go to that retirement home so that the residents can have some cards to send to their family. All right, guys, so thank you so much for joining me today. I've got some good ideas for what you'd like to see next time. Like I said, if you think of anything else, just pop back into this video and throw some more things down in the comments. And I'm guessing you're all subscribers since you found me, but if you're not a subscriber yet, click on that subscribe button and the little bell, and then you'll get notified of when I go live, which at this point I'm planning will be every Thursday. Oh, you know what I can do? Hey, there I am. So thanks for stopping by and clicking on that subscribe button and the little bell. You'll get the notifications. And I'll be here and we will play with some more paper and ink. And like I said, I'd love to make this what you want it to be. So I'm always open to suggestions and ideas of what you'd like to see. I'll always have a card for you, but then we'll go into some other fun things based on what it is that you guys are interested in learning. So thanks and have a great evening and stay safe. And I will see you guys next week. Thanks for stopping by.